What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229. Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Last time, we got quite a bit of new information. We have learned that our client's manager, Adrian Andrews, was having some sort of, maybe not necessarily an affair, but some sort of communication with the victim, Juan Corrida. Lana was trying to get some photographic proof of that relationship when that was also stolen alongside her camera. And we have ourselves a very interesting piece of evidence in this wine glass. Where everything else was just shattered and on the ground, this wine glass was perfectly intact. Also, Francisca showed up and just beat the crap out of Gumshoe. In this episode, we have this autograph to my dearest Wendy. So we should probably head back to Old Bag, but maybe before we do that, I want to show Adrian this magazine clipping, see if maybe she has anything to say about it. Nope, she's just like Ben, in which she just will not speak to anything. Yeah, she is not going to be helpful in any way whatsoever. Okay, to Old Bag then. Okay, back to the lobby. So what if we show her the autograph? I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you. Oh god, no, no. Okay, so nothing with that. So, we can't do her Cyclops now, can we? Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please, tell us what you saw. But oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you youngins' expense. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. Okay, so that would be the autograph, right? Take that! That's Juan's autograph! Yes, it is. And even says to my dearest Wendy on it. That's me, right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please, give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? Wow! Wow! That was super misleading. That got rid of 3 of the locks. Wow, she must really want this autograph. My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag ready to open up her heart. All for my dearest Juan. Oh wow, it was all of them. Well, that was not how I expected that to go, honestly. I was expecting that to be a whole lot harder, but okay. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh no! It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet minding my own business. And? Did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought that I could get a gift certificate or two out of it. Maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for the part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. Oh, crap. I have to do her voice even more. I figured, but this time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Engarde hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad and I say he did it. What did Mr. Engarde ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Why couldn't I just been saved for that? What did Mr. Engarde do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my wine! He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan! Mr. Nick! What is it? What's a scandal? Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay? Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and vile temptress mean? Yeah. How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy. He shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And you have proof that Mr. Engarde did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Ugh, of course, a tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where'd she get it? She stole the stuff from Lauda. You stole a lot of stuff. You 100% stole a lot of stuff. Ah. Does she have anything to say about the guitar? No. This could be a case where she doesn't have anything to say for anything. Yeah, things that she probably should be able to tell us about, she's not saying anything. Okay, in that case... Does anyone have anything else to say? I mean, I feel like... And I just bought that camera. Who did it? The thieving rascal! Please don't look straight at me while you're saying that. When I find the bugger who went and done this, they're gonna pay with a bullet! And if you do that, don't expect me to defend you. Okay, nothing seems like there's nothing that I think will be really helpful at the moment. I guess we can head over to Criminal Affairs and see if we can talk to Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back! Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die! We have to stay positive! Okay. So, what can we talk to him about the evidence and testimony? So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? Like, can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces.
2?
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep. I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai special pants. Haha. And the second one is? The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, Little Missy. It's obvious. They're men on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay, and the testimony? So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10, and there's no turning it down! Trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way!
Okay. What about the wine glass? The stuff in that glass is tomato juice, pal. Tomato juice? I heard the victim really loved that stuff. Favorite drink in the world. Was his favorite drink? First time I've heard of that. Okay, so it was the victim's drink. What can you tell me about this guitar case? Looks like it's just the same that you said before. Yeah, what about the camera? Nah. Nothing. Okay. The press conference ticket? Nah, nothing about that either. Okay, now I'm officially stuck. Can we talk to Matt about anything? What about... Can we talk to him about Adrian? That's my manager. Did you meet her? Yeah. What do you think? Strong woman, right? And she takes good care of me. You're such a mama's boy. Just nothing. Okay, do we have anything? How about this wine glass? Okay. Nah. Nothing there. Gossip? Oh, maybe. What do you think about this article? Huh. If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. So he knew! He knew this whole time! And he just didn't care! Okay, so nothing there. The crime photo? No. The camera? No. And he said he didn't really know anything about the press conference either. Okay. Do you know anything about Oldbag? Nope, nothing about that. Okay, so nothing that we can really get from him. Okay, so we have to go from criminal affairs to get back to the crime scene now? That's kind of weird. Okay. I feel like we've gotten pretty much everything we can from Oldbag. Can we show Will the wine glass? No. Doesn't know anything about that. Guitar case? Oh wait, I think we showed this to him. Yeah, we already showed that to him. What about the press conference? They called this so suddenly that something about it just seems off, you know? You mean the press conference? Yeah. He said there's something I'd like to confess if I win. I heard he faxed his request for a conference into the office only yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, that is kind of sudden. So the day of? But I guess his manager set everything up somehow, so he was lucky. Huh, nice manager. What does he know about the camera? Nothing. He knows nothing about the camera. Okay. I don't think there's really anything else that Will would know. So where does that leave us? I mean, I don't think there's really anything else. So now, unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck. I mean, do we get an answer for all the bears?
Wow, there are a lot of bears!
Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have?
There's even a few in the trash can.
Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears.
Poor teddies.
It's hard to bear with all these problems. I don't think I want to bear with the trauma the last case caused me.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
I get too many bear puns from Teddy and Persona. I don't need it following me into this game, too. Okay, doesn't seem like... Oh, wait a minute. There's all sorts of things in this refrigerator.
The carrot juice bottle and tomato juice bottle are both empty.
Empty? Too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. Yeah, not so much to throw the bears away. They're all vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut.
Oh! There's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too.
Maybe red was his favorite color? Carrots are orange! Okay, I don't think there's really anything else in this room. We can't exactly slide anything in this room, though. Though, there's plenty of room to maybe get some more stuff here. Okay, so now I'm at a little bit of a dead end. We're trying to figure out what exactly it is that I need to do. Can we show her a picture of Juan? Did you know the victim, Mr. Kurita? Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place, after all.
Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai?
Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. I've got a hunch this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Kurita was killed. Ah, okay, we got something. We got something! Alright, that didn't take too long. Do you have any ideas? As to why Mr. Kurita was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job. So, do you have any ideas? Yeah, I knew it. Cyclops! Oh, God! Miss Andrews? And I get the feeling this one's an actual forelock, not like old bags. I'm sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation.
Is it a Cyclock, Mr. Nick?
Yes. There's going to be more and more of these lately. Okay, finally, we got something here. Now, the big question is, do we have enough evidence? Because technically speaking, I feel like we could have gotten this from the moment we first met her. Because all we had to do was show her a picture of Juan. And I mean, I didn't have much reason to show her a picture of Juan when we first met her. But since then, we've gotten a lot more evidence. And, well, I mean, not really so much people. The only person that was added was Francisca. But we do have a lot of extra stuff, so maybe? I don't know where else to go from here, so let's give it a go. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You were not that close? That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. The tabloid, right? Take that! You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. Has to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Miss Kurita for this person's sake? For Matt's? I mean, it's gotta be Matt, right? Who else? Who else would she do it for? I can't think of any other reason why. Unless it's Will. That would be a huge twist. You know, it'd be kind of funny if, like, the three... Oh, no, because Matt's shown, like, he's dense as a rock. I don't want to waste too many of my points. So you know what? Out of abundance of caution, I'm gonna back out. And I'm gonna make a quick save. That way, in case I screw up, I can go back and maybe not be so heavily penalized. Because it's this person's sake, and I don't think we're going to be introduced to any additional characters. Okay. So at least we got the first one, which is the gossip article. Okay. For this person's sake. It's gotta be Matt's, right? It is not Matt. Okay. Oh! Oh, I was skipping through it because the... Okay, maybe that was unique because of that, but the music didn't stop, so I figured that was just naturally just wrong. Okay, for Will? No. Okay, no. That was just generic stuff. For this person's sake. Was it just wands? No. Then... what exactly... That's a very good reason that I quick saved. So it's not Will, it's not Matt, it's not Juan. For her own? It's not her own. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I am going to just... I hate having the face smash through things. I really hate having the face smash through things. Okay, so for what sake? I'm trying to think. For whose sake? It's gotta be a person. It's very much a specific person. It's not herself, it's not Matt, it's not Juan, it's not Will. It's also possible that I just can't do this yet. That is also something that could be happening here. So, while I may not think that there may be a need, I don't think so. Eh. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. Okay. I am going to go out on a limb and assume that I just can't do this yet. There's a reason I quick saved. And just like that, we're back. Okay. So maybe by having that, maybe that opened up something? Okay, maybe a refresher. Maybe there is something here. Okay, let's see. For whose sake would she need to get close to him? So we do know that she's having a relationship with Juan. One man's garbage is like another man's treasure. But we know it's not for Matt's sake. Yeah, because we eliminated the possibility that it's for her own. Old bag for whatever worth that was. For Matt's, for Juan's, and for Will's. No one else has any connection to Adrian. Von Karma doesn't have anything to do with this, and neither does Gumshoe. Lotta is just a third party, and there's no reason that she should know Maya or Pearl. Okay. Let's see. So she thinks that Matt basically fabricated the scandal for Juan. Let's see. Create a scandal to make Juan lose face. She does say next week's issue. So possibly we have to show her something? If we show her a picture of Lotta. Now, I don't think she's going to really tell us anything. I'm not entirely sure where to go from here. Can we show her a picture of Old Bag? This old granny? She kept on glaring at me with those eyes of hers, as if it's my fault. Kept babbling about how she won't forgive people who write trash about her Juan. Yeah, we sort of got into a little fight, you know? A little fight? Knowing those two, it's probably more of a blabbering contest. Anything? Now. Yeah, she doesn't have anything to say about Adrian. About Will? Nope, doesn't have anything to say about Will. Okay, so I at least got somewhere, and, like, I at the very least know what my next main goal is, and that's to break Adrian's psych locks. The big question is, I don't know what to do to break the current lock. Is it for the sake of the Nickel Samurai? That would make 0 sense to me, though. So yeah, like, I'm just not sure where to go from here. This is another one of those cases where, like, I'm just kind of stuck. Unless Gumshoe could potentially help us out with something? What does he know about Adrian? There's something interesting about this woman, pal. And what is that? You don't know? Haven't you heard the gossip about her? Gossip, huh? What if he knows anything about that article? Have we shown Gumshoe the article yet? I thought we did. Pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal of Mr. Kurita? But why? Well, 2 years ago... Ooh, this is new. Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. What was that flash? A woman committed suicide.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impax. And she was Juan Kurita's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal? Yes, please. Celeste Impax. She was the victim's manager and also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but no!
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Karma!
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't mean...
I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's... Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll start...
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you...
Edgeworth? I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
Who?
That voice. Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right?
This person? This is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca.
You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it! You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-breed dog that you are!
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You
seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
Keep your assumptions to yourself! I haven't given in yet. I won't lose! This case is mine! I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright! I will see you tomorrow in court! It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory!
Huh. Still the same wild mare she always was. Okay! I was going to end it there with getting the information on that suicide. I'm not letting this episode end without talking to Edgeworth, though. I thought the prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on inside his head?
Okay, more information, and what truth? A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record?
To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth.
I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What's your reason?
Well, with Franziska, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time. The instant she sees me.
But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me.
Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I've yet to learn? Me?
Huh. Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Okay. And what exactly do you mean by that, Edgeworth? Okay, well, at the very least, we have something more for the Cyclops. Although, I mean, does Edgeworth have anything to say about this? This woman's another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes. But there's still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Interesting. Oh, and that was definitely the right thing to do, because I was about to call it a day right there. Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think that it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look at this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1?
Deceased. Celeste impacts found by Mr. Wan. Her Querida. Was her suicide note hidden? Interesting. And I bet we're gonna need this for the rest of those Cyclops. But we're gonna call it a day right here. So, next time on Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. We're gonna head back to Miss Andrews and see if we can't try to bust through those Cyclops. Thankfully, I had the foresight to do the quick saves, because I was not going to risk going into court with only half health. But yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting any more people to be introduced, and now we get 2. Though Edgeworth being involved, I don't think is going to make that much of a difference. I mean, he is giving us proof here, but that's not what I was talking about. At the very least, we can go and at least attempt to get through the rest of the Cyclops. I don't know if we'll necessarily have everything, but we can at least make a very concerted effort, because I'm not sure where else we can go from here to gain any more evidence. So we'll head back and we'll see what we can do about those Cyclops, and if we get stuck, then we're just gonna have to find more proof elsewhere. So until next time, everyone, take care.